spinning wheel. The speed of the wheel was increased until its motion was such that the light's two-way passage coincided with the movement of the wheel's circumference by 1 tooth. This gave a value for the light by 315,000 kilometers per second.
Which is so close.
Yeah, and then he improved it on this result a year later by using rotating mirrors instead of a rotating wheel. Which gave a far more accurate, which was a 298,000 kilometers per second, and this was actually good enough to realize that light moves slower through water than it does through air.
What was the distance?
8 kilometers.
How much curve was over that distance?
He did not calculate curve.
I'm asking you to calculate it right now.
I don't have the positions. I don't know like elevation or anything like that.
Oh, you don't need to. Just standing there with your buddy, and he walks 8 kilometers away. What's the curve?
How would I go about doing that?
Earth curve calculator will work.
Sure. What does this have to do with anything?
What is this? That you think light goes around the ball?
You realize that there's parts of the Earth that are like extraordinarily flat, right? I have no idea if they're there.
Well, yeah, I agree with you.
Rounded area.
I agree. Listen, I agree. I said the ocean is flat and level.
We're talking about the speed of light.
The whole ocean, 71% of the Earth is flat and level. I agree with you on that.
Okay, so again, we're talking about the speed of light, not the curve of the Earth.
So there is no curve to deal with, right?
I'm not speaking of it. Nothing here requires curve.
How do they see it if it was bent around the curve?
You don't know how it got to the other side. Like all we know is that he was at a 8-kilometer distance. He was able to record the speed of light moderately accurately.
So it's just kind of like maybe it's a made-up story.
We can recreate it today.
Your own research into it as well, instead of saying it's made up as like a blanket statement. That doesn't seem very honest.
We don't even have to do that. This is just easily repeatable. This is just he set up rotating mirrors and a detection device.
But you don't have all the variables. Well, what are you going to do with that? You can just toss it away, I guess.
What do you mean variables?
Oh, we weren't even allowed to do the Black Swan the other day because we weren't allowed to know the exact inch of sea level. So you're going to fill in these variables for us.
The exact level of sea? What? What does this have to do with the speed of light?
It has to do with the variables you're going to fill in for us.
That's somebody else. I am only explaining how we came to the measurement of the speed of light.
All right, I'm going to say it's bullshit then.
For what?
I want to know how much the Earth curved when they did this test. Because it has to be accurate. How do you know what you were seeing at the other end?
Because there was light that wasn't there before.
Did they took account on refraction? Did they took refraction into account?
That's correct.
With light concentration? They pointed a beam. I don't know what you want. We're talking.
Now you like light beams that travel far distances, right?
Yeah.
So we can shoot lasers like 20 miles and see them perfectly flat. What do you think about that? Does that mean that the Earth is a ball?
It probably wasn't the perfect. It was probably slightly distorted by that distance, but not enough.
All right, we're not allowed to use your speed of light now.
Slightly distorted does not mean it's not pointing straight.
And that was that was a complete and utter fallacy from what you just said that had like made no sense. I'm not talking to you, CEO. I'm talking about the Black Swan. That was a total fallacy. So I don't know what you're meaning because these have completely different variables. They're not similar in any sense.
All he's doing is making blocking.
Was it done in a vacuum?
So
was it done in a vacuum chamber?
Yeah.
No, vacuum chambers
So-
probably didn't exist back then. And how can you make an 8-kilometer long vacuum chamber, bro?
Okay, so then the atmospheric conditions and refraction all come into play. Sorry, guys.
What does
That's
this
what
have
you
to do with
what
anything?
you do to us.
That's not what I'm doing, and it's not what anyone. So when I state that the speed of light is probably this fast, what we're doing is we're finding out a single variable that goes into a whole bunch of other things, not what is all these things that require this to happen. All they did was, I wonder how fast light can go. So I'm going to put something that blocks the light for half a moment, and then the moment it stops blocking the light, we'll record that time difference based on the
Okay,
space.
fair enough. That's fair. Was the light going in a straight line or was it curving around a ball?
Dude, there's like, it's probably a straight line because he has to point it at something, right? Light, like, what are you trying to say? 8 kilometers is not like a distance that would, like, the Earth could cause to like bend light like that.
Oh, I'm sure it is. I don't do kilometers, so unless somebody that does kilometers wants to help me out, they can tell you exactly what that means.
Like, all we know, like, if nothing else comes from this, can we state that light does not move instantaneously? Right?
Oh, I don't know how light moves. That's up to you.
I'm only asking. Do you believe light moves instantaneously or does not move instantaneously from one position to another position?
I wouldn't know. I've never been able to measure it.
Okay, well, we can very clearly tell that light does not move instantaneously from one spot to another because we can distort it and slow it.
Because it slows down through different mediums?
Yes, if it slows down, it's not instant.
Yeah, so like going through glass and reflecting and all that. Okay.
As well as you can also like slow it down in water. You can slow it down through other forms of like higher density materials.
Yeah.
Right.
Distance.
So if it's instantaneous, it wouldn't slow because it's instant. So therefore,
Why
it
would
has
it
a
be
speed
instant if
that
it
can,
slows down through different mediums? You're going through how many different mediums when you did that test?
yeah. So it has to be slowed down, right?
You slowed it down with the mirror.
Not necessarily. You just redirected it. Well, I mean, it gets absorbed a little bit, possibly some amount of it, but
Slowed
redirecting.
it down with the mirror.
Do you know what like speed means?
Gravity would slow it down. A mirror wouldn't. If it was in the same environment, it wouldn't slow down.
So refraction's out now, guys. We can use the black swan again.
All right.
Yes, let's bring in the black swan.
Is there like any level of engagement you're gonna have in this, or are you just gonna be nuh-uh the whole way through?
Not a nuh-uh. You just kind of saying things, and I'm pointing out that you're just saying things.
Okay, so I'm not just saying things. Somebody was talking about the speed of light, and I went through how people were able to calculate
And
what
how
they
many
believe the
mediums
speed of
did you
light to
go
be.
through? So we'll figure a bunch. You slowed it down by going through different mediums from one to the other.
Yeah, different levels of density. We were able to calculate the different levels of density, how often
I don't
the
think so,
material
because we were
absorbs
asked
light.
to do that on the black swan. Otherwise, you can't calculate it if you can't calculate all the different levels of density from there to the horizon. So
No,
it's
the levels of
invalid. Now the
that's
speed of light becomes
not.
invalid.
No. So you keep trying to do this like jaded thing. I get that you're jaded, that a lot of people are being like rude, but like to you, and I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to like get an agreement that
I'm not
there
jaded
are.
at all. I'm just pointing out the facts.
You're doing nothing but saying, you didn't calculate this, therefore it doesn't count. It's
what's
very
the problem?
clearly, it's
What's the
Since
problem?
you're presenting the
clear.
examples that were
Yeah.
asked for, right? You're presenting the example that someone was saying this is how the speed of light was agreed upon by these different tests, and you're presenting that
As repeatable. Like, I didn't even mention the ridiculous, like, super scientific version because none of us can repeat that one because that requires like high level magnetic pulses and like computers to go through.
What are you actually trying to present?
I was just trying to go through and like how exactly we came to the speed of like light, how these things, these tests are repeatable in like your day-to-day actions, and like
bro, you
how
know
like just having
the
like
speed
a
of
high
light.
level education can like really help people discover new things, create new
Bro.
technologies that we've clearly like figured out. Because if we didn't know the speed of light, fiber
The Earth
optics
is-
wouldn't
You
work.
don't.
Because
Bro,
fiber
you know
optics,
that
The Earth is not flat.
Bro, you know the speed of light is not a constant, even in a vacuum. There's a guy called Rupert Sheldrake. I mean, I can give you a link to his TED Talk. It's actually been banned from the TED Talk YouTube and website. But if you want, I could send you the link for it. It might interest you, man.
Give us
Yeah,
give us
sure,
a
go-
link.
go ahead.
Give us a link in the chat, please.
yeah, and integrated, that'd be cool. Is it like it varies by like a very small amount, or is it just about the way it bounces? Like, do you know what
I
he?
don't think he actually. I don't think he actually specifically says how much it varies, but he was saying that he was completely surprised when he like went into the field of science back. I think he was meaning back in the 70s or 80s, because as far as he thought, the speed of light was a constant, and it was verified. And he goes through how and like whereabout. I think he was teaching for some college. I mean,
Yeah.
it's been a couple of years since I've seen it, bro. Like a fucking. But I'll give you a link, man. I just found
Yeah,
it
yeah,
there.
yeah. I could send through. I just worry because a lot of people say they were banned from X, and they immediately start thinking like they have a level of credibility that they don't, and a lot of times it has to do with like lies or like misrepresenting their evidence. I know there was a lot of shit going on right now recently because someone's trying to say that they got like superconductors working at like room temperature, and a lot of people are worried that it's going to be another ruse because there's people who've already claimed to have gotten like room temperature superconductors, and it was just bullshit. Because if you could get room temperature superconductors, you'd be a fucking Nobel Prize winner.
Well, for some reason, I've only found it's like a 20-minute excerpt. I know it's like an hour and a half talk. I don't know why it's not there, but
If we
just
get his
been having
name,
a
we can
look.
figure it out. Yeah, we get
Yeah,
his name.
it's Rupert Sheldrake. I've posted the 20-minute version, but that was always up there.
Around.
Check.
So is it
the
banned or is it
text.
just removed from their site?
Well,
And like
there's
he's just not
actually, when I
allowed to
was
come
looking there,
back.
there's
Well,
actually a video
I'm not
on
sure about the room
Rupert Sheldrake.
temperature superconductor thing, though. I mean, I read about it. It sounds interesting. I hope it's real, because that would be a massive breakthrough. But
There's a
if
video
not,
actually
unfortunately.
He's
Well,
actually
do you think
discussing
it could
why he was
exist, though?
banned.
A room temperature superconductor?
It's
CO
possible,
MTR?
but Spake was speaking. What were you saying, man?
Yeah, these people just speak all over the top of you, man. They don't care. Fucking, aye, man. There's a video, short clip on
Sorry, you cut out.
why he was banned. There's a video on why you were talking about why he was banned. So I'm sure you'll be able to find out if you have a little look. No,
Never
I just
mind, that wasn't you.
Okay.
You're not even speaking. One
But
second.
there's that.
I think my
There's
stuff
that
isn't
in the
working.
text chat.
Oh, I think he can't hear you, Spake. I think is what's happening.
Just tell me and drop out the room and come back in.
Yeah.
Or I'll do the same.
Rejoin or something. No, not you speak. You're fine.
Yeah, but sometimes other people can hear you and you leave and come back and they can't. That's all right. It's fucking done now. But if you can't hear me, it says end.
Yeah, you're good now. You're cool.
Oh, okay. How to teach? Okay, he's very Christian. Is he a creationist?
Not sure, bro. Not sure.
Alright. I hope he's not too motivated. But there it is. Is it the science delusion?
No.
That's something else. TED Talk.
No,
TED Band.
that's another chat.
10 years ago. Yeah, it's only seen 18 minutes. Let me try put TED Talk in there.
Band TED Talk, say.
Or should I just look up speed of light? You think that'd be probably closer to what I want?
I've posted the link for the short 20-minute clip of it. Did you get it? It's in the text chat.
Oh, does that give his whole argument on it?
I'm not sure, but it's from that same video, so it might. I don't know. The other one, I know the whole version, like almost a couple hours long, hour and a half or some shit.
Oh, it's got chapters in it. Okay, here, give me a second. I'll be right back.
Should we do like a watch party or something?
Oh, we could do a watch party on it.
Oh, wait a minute. I think I might have the whole video here and the links in the bot 24/7. Tell you in a second. No, in fact, it's only a 20-minute one again. Fuck.
Well, with Nitro, you can have everyone join on one person who's streaming it. It's the watch party. Or actually, I think they made that a permanent thing, watch party, didn't they? You don't even have to have Nitro anymore to watch party.
Fake news.
Should
I watch it here. Like,
Should I try and stream it for us?
No, I'm not really want to watch it personally.
Oh, you don't have to watch it. It's just a matter of like something for the room to do. Yeah, if you want to start it up, I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick.
Nah, it's not really a fucking stream videos about fucking the science delusion. Yeah. It's a flat earth chat, bro. I've literally just walked in. I'm not coming in and sit and watch that video. Come on. Try to find some proof for the earth and this magic spinning space ball that you're supposed to believe in. Has anybody presented anything today that actually could even be classed as close to evidence?
So we looks like we got opposing people in here. We got people saying we don't need to worry about refraction with the speed of light test. Then we got a Glober in here saying refraction. That's why we can see Lake Pontchartrain wires perfectly straight across in the one I showed. He said that's because that's fake. You know, that's an optical illusion. So now they're arguing against each other and they don't even know it.
I've got a fucking video, a clip, or a GIF from a video with the Pontchartrain. I'll zoom straight up it.
I showed it. He said no.
It comes from a YouTube video, man. That's not. I don't think it's been edited. The guy, one of the videos that we did have, I did have two clips. I've only got one of them here, but one of them was definitely taken by a Glober. So he's not going to edit it to make it look purely. There's one of the GIFs I've got for Pontchartrain posted in the text chat.
All right, I'm back. Here, I'll watch that real quick. Probably just throw it to like 2x speed or something.
And if I come across the other video, man, I'll get it. The whole video, I'll get you it, bro.
Точно.
Yeah, you're all good. Just gonna try and catch up on this.
Can I see that picture of the power lines being straight?
Yeah, I just posted a video, well, a clip, a GIF, sorry, in the text chat.
I actually have a picture of power lines where they're not straight, so...
What? Because they're compressed?
No.
But you've got
no.
a still, well, you've got a picture. These are like from videos. Like it's not just a picture showing.
No, it's a picture from my personal experience on a road.
That's all right.
This is at Pontchartrain.
I can post it. Actually, I can't actually. I shouldn't have brought that up because I wiped my phone recently.
But bro, how small do you think the Earth is? Like, you're honestly thinking you're seeing it like ground level, looking up a road? Like the Earth can be fucking tiny. Even at Pontchartrain, if there was curve on that or those pylons, like the Earth would be fucking tiny, mate. And people think they see it from a boat just going over a few miles, going over the horizon. Like 5 miles, even 10 miles. Like the Earth would have to be, again, absolutely fucking tiny if you could see a boat going over the curve just a few miles away. Pardon me.
How the fuck it's all y'all in here? None of y'all fucking talking, man.
You're talking, bro.
I think it's full of flat earthers that are just waiting for any Glober to like open their mouth. And
yeah, we already know it's flat. You're right, Victor. You're right, Victor. You sit there.
Imagine the logistics if everybody on mute and start speaking at the same time. Think about it. Just think about it, bro. How ridiculous
nobody speaks.
Way of thinking
Nobody
would be.
speaks. Then they all start talking at the same time.
Yeah.
But I have a
silent for 10 minutes.
Asking this question. I've been asking this question. Like my question is why? Why though?
Why would they lie?
Why
would they lie?
Why? What makes a flat earther?
Yes. Why would they lie?
Oh, bro.
Why would NASA lie? Why would?
It's a good question, bro.
They could lie for any reason, but they would have to put forth some reason. They would actually have to provide evidence.
What type of flat earthers are you guys?
Answer the question. 5 people at the same time or just one?
Right, so he's asked a good question, well, a good enough question, and it's a common question as well, but we are not the liars, so we can only speculate but I could give you one reason. It's financial gain good enough for to make people do things.
You guys should rent your own helicopter, or excuse me,
Bro,
spaceship.
what, bro? What?
Make
Rather
your
than
own,
a
make your own
I already
spaceship
have
and
my
go
own
up there and
rather
space
than
and
a
see the
stupid
Earth stuff
plane.
flat.
No,
I already
Bro,
have
rather
my
than
own
no, you want
helicopter.
to mute that guy because I can't get into my fucking phone, my tablet.
who are
Right,
you
so that
addressing,
guy you
though?
asked why they would lie,
Oh yeah, Atlas. Yeah,
the guy that asked why would they lie,
yeah, Atlas asked.
is Alice. Alice, he's still there, bro.
Well, they can have any reason to lie, but you need evidence as to why they're actually lying, dude.
Alice, you asked the
You?
question, and I'll give you another question. Is money good enough, financial incentive good enough for people to lie?
Well, prove that they're lying to you in the first place. That's what I'm saying.
You said, why would they lie?
Well, the
Bro,
question
we're
as to
speculating.
why
We're speculating,
it has zero value.
bro. We're
Because
speculating,
I can
bro.
just ask you why don't you exist?
Bro, we're
I can do this
speculating. He
speculation.
asked a question, Victor. He asked a question, so I'm trying to answer.
No.
So Alice,
He's spiraled.
for fuck's sake.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Unreasonable.
I'm here, and I'm genuinely.
No, that's him. Was that him? No,
Yeah, I'm listening.
This is
I'm
Atlas. You were
Oh,
speaking
I
to
was-
someone else,
I was
but he
that
was
man.
just waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so is financial incentive good enough to make people lie, bro, for the third time?
But what
Is
would
it?
they gain?
He asked you a
What-
question,
what-
Atlas. Can you
is
answer
it?
What would
first?
they gain?
Is it good enough
Atlas.
for people to lie, bro? Money.
Yes, but I don't understand
Right.
what would give them more financial gain if the
Right,
Earth
well,
was
So
if
bro,
people
well,
believe the Earth was
Yeah, but
round.
bro, we're kind of talking about the people, the boots on the ground, the people who are, like, I don't know, managers of the systems and blah, 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 and the education system and shit like that. So these people are being paid to continue the lie, like NASA. They're